I guess the most special meal we'd have would be like dessert time during a birthday celebration or some kind of party. We'd typically have something like a chocolate cake with ice cream, or most years it was chocolate cake. That's one of my family's favorite things. Yeah, it's everybody. We're foodies and we just love chocolate, and particularly chocolate cake. My mom, as a little girl, grew up eating a lot of chocolate cake, and her dad, his uncle was a baker, and they made chocolate cake.
Stuff.
It just reminds me of those good times of celebration that I had spent with my family in their home. I recently moved out, and now every time I do have chocolate cake, it ends up reminding me of that.
Yeah.
It ends up bringing me back to when I would be, sitting at the dinner table eating chocolate cake.
Cool.
As with every celebration, we would set decorations and activities for, whichever age group was going to be there the most. I had a lot of siblings, so I'm talking, of course, of birthdays and parties of that nature. And, we'd set up games for the kids, maybe a trampoline, wrestling match or something for some of the older boys, or for the younger ones, pin the tail on the donkey, or we've also had bonfires, things like that. But the one thing that doesn't change in all these events, and any special event, is the featured item, the Wilkinson family chocolate cake. Well, it changed the flavor a little bit, but honestly for the better, because once she got away from the box food items and started cooking her foods using raw or ingredients. I mean, when we're talking about chocolate, we're talking about raw imported cacao from another country that she'll melt down herself in order to work with and things like that. I mean, it's really good because basically you've never tasted anything like it. You're not buying prepared food items. This is all starting from scratch, and my mother has she learned in cooking like this to cook the taste, which makes the food really good.
Yeah.
Definitely physically we feel a lot better. I mean, we're in better health. My siblings don't get as sick as much as their friends do. I mean, we get less colds than most people do. Most of our friends that don't choose to eat as well. And other than that, thinking clearly, we all kind of have a little bit of hypoglycemia, so it's great to not have to jump through the hoops of having blood sugar crashes and mood swings just from eating certain foods, or we don't have to watch that as closely when we watch the quality of our ingredients.
Yeah.
He did not. His original recipe was definitely not vegan. His original recipe, honestly, wasn't nearly as good as the recipe we have now.
No.
But, chocolate cake is such a simple thing. It's just hard to get wrong,
Yeah.
I plan to carry this tradition through my legacy, through the generations to come. I want chocolate cake. I want my mother's nutritional cooking. I want all that to influence the future Wilkinsons to be. Well, I'm cooking it in my own house, in my own kitchen with my friends. I don't even really see my family members in that process at all. But it kind of just reminds me of them. It reminds me of that good time. It puts me in that place, It's kind of a way of being taken back. It's like looking through a photo album, really, but with your taste buds.